What's good? What's good? I am back. Yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett podcast. Had a rough week early this week. Dealt with a little health issue. As you get older and you sit in a computer chair day after day, you have health issues. You know, it happens. But we back. We back in the game. Gonna try to stay healthy and keep it moving, man. This is episode. Let me check. 156 of the Paul Pickett podcast. Don't forget the video version of this podcast goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I also stream it live on Twitter as well as upload it to Rumble. Definitely follow on Rumble. The video is already monetized on Rumble. And we stream it live on 3 of the Twitter accounts. Twitter at Paul P Podcast, Twitter at Paul W Pickett, and Twitter at Indie Castle or Urban Obsessions. Before I get started, let's give you a word from one of our sponsors.
That dizzle ain't no joke, got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some smoke? Cause it's up, I be dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. What Callie said, I need another one. Gonna have you coming back for more, but go get it while it's hot. Before it be sold out in your stores. That dizzle.
That's right, that Dizzle. Dizzle brand premium luxury liqueur. Check them out, dizzlebrand.com. Go to our locations and scroll down. You'll see all the states and stores that Dizzle brand premium luxury liqueur is available in. If it's not available in your state or your city, click on one of the top 3 links on our locations, and you can order your very own bottle or bottles of Dizzle brand premium luxury liqueur online. There's 3 links that you can click on. Must be 21 and over. Shipping and handling is included. And I have ordered my bottles online because, unfortunately, even though I do promote Dizzle, Dizzle is not available for purchase in my store. I mean, in my city, in my state, because my state is the state pretty much runs everything alcohol in my state and whatnot. So it's a little different than where Dizzle started in California. But check them out. Dizzle brand premium luxury liqueur, mixture of agave, tequila, cognac, orange liquor, mango mix. Also, you can get the merch. Got the t-shirts. Wearing the t-shirt right now as we speak. Dizzle premium luxury liqueur. Check them out. Dizzlebrand.com. As I said, rough week earlier this week. But back in the game, my predictions of Boston in 6 definitely didn't go as planned. They pretty much lost last game. Boston and Curry, of course, did his thing again. Let me go over the box score real quick. And actually, it was Andrew Wiggins that really saved the day. My bad, not Curry, really Wiggins. Jason Tatum had probably his best game with 27. The best shooting game, but he was still a negative 13. 27 points, 50% shooting on threes and field goals. But he only shot 33% on free throws. Only 4 assists, no steals, no blocks, 4 turnovers. 9 from Horford. Robert Williams the third gave you 10 points. You got 18 for Jaylen Brown and 20 from Smart. Smart probably played the best game out of the Celtics. He was a negative 9 and 20 points. The rest of them were actually Robert Williams, man. Robert Williams has been they can't let him go. They can't let him go. He's going to be a good key factor for them next year. Andrew Wiggins with all 26 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, 13 rebounds on 52% shooting. Yeah, he was 0 for 6 from threes, but damn, he hit. Damn, he don't shoot threes. He probably have even way better game. Wiggins saved the day. You got 21 from Clay, 16 from Curry, 15 from Gary Payton II. Clay still, I don't know if Clay Thompson is going to be the same player. Like he's had a whole season, man. I know it's 2 injuries, but he's had a whole season. He's a shooter. He's a shooter. He hit 5 from 11 from threes, 7 for 14. They're gonna need a big. I think they're gonna need a big game from Klay Thompson or Jordan Poole. And that's the thing. Jordan Poole ain't really showed up. What did he give you? 14 points. He ain't had no big game. You need Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole to give you a big game tonight. Because Boston's gonna come out. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Grant Williams. They're gonna come out and they're gonna play like their life depends on it. They really are. I got Boston winning tonight, taking it to a game 7. And depending how dominant of a win it could be, really go off of what my next pick's gonna be. Deshaun Watson. Man, like let me drink on this real quick. I get it now. And I think Chris Broussard and Rob Parker summed it up too. Deshaun Watson is confused on what's sexual assault and what's not. That's what's going on here. Deshaun Watson is a freak. Nobody needs 66 massage therapists unless you're traveling to 66 different cities in a year. And I don't think Deshaun Watson travels to 66 different cities in a year. As an NFL player, they travel to about maybe you figure the division, it's same 3 to 3 right there. They play all the division teams. They only traveling to like 13 cities throughout the season. I doubt he's going to like, unless, what is he doing? Is he hosting? Nah, man. Nobody, I don't even think if you're traveling to 66 cities for work-related things like performances or appearances or hostings or walkthroughs or whatever, because athletes get paid for appearances and club walkthroughs and stuff too. But you probably, no, you don't even got enough time to get a massage therapist probably in every single one of your cities that you go to, because they usually go to the city and they're off to the next city the next damn morning. Like, I can't think of no realistic explanation that Deshaun Watson can give anybody of why he needs 66 massage therapists. And I think they said it's more than that. This guy is definitely a freak trying to get massages with happy endings. And I think he thinks he's entitled to get happy endings for all his massages. Well, you're supposed to know that going in, Deshaun, first of all. Deshaun Watson is like, I think he's clueless right now of what sexual harassment is, or he thinks he's entitled to happy endings after every single massage, which, you're supposed to know that going into the massage, Deshaun. That's common sense, common knowledge, man. And if you don't know that, man, you need to wisen up. This ain't looking good for Deshaun Watson. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. This is gonna go on for an awful long time. And I think it's gonna come out that he did do some of these things. Maybe not all of them. Some of them are probably payday tag-alongs. But because normally what happens is when that first chick comes out, they start looking for more and more women, and women just start flocking. And some of them he did probably try to get overzealous with and sexually assault. I think Deshaun Watson is under impression that you pulling your Johnson out and laying it on a chick's wrist is not sexual assault when it is. You can't pull your Johnson out and start showing it to chicks, you know, just because you feel you're entitled to get a happy ending after a massage. Yeah, I don't know what the NFL is waiting for. The Cleveland Browns really and the Houston Texans really look bad right now. The Houston Texans apparently has come out that they were implicit. The Browns, they're the clowns. They're trying to do anything to win, and just goes to show you how greed works. Money, it's all about money, greed. I mean, yeah, I understand. I've been the Cleveland Clowns forever, and I actually kind of liked them when they got Baker, but now, like, I can't respect them one bit, man. And they really messed up the game by paying a sexual predator. I don't care what anybody. People could say, Rob Parker and them can sit there and go off of, um, accused and allegedly. No, it's not. Then no more allegedly. No more allegedly. I don't want to hear no more allegedly because you can't give me a valid excuse of why you need 66 different massage therapists. Because the common sense thing to do, especially for an athlete, is to have one or two real good massage therapists. You can't tell me that all these chicks come with high recommendations. And that's the thing. Athletes don't always get just female massage therapists. So if you're an athlete just getting female massage therapists and a ton of them outside of, the team, I got to question what your motives are. I got to question your motives. Have I got a massage with a happy ending before? Yes. Not going to lie about it. This is the honest podcast. This is the common sense podcast. This isn't the lie podcast. But guess what? I knew that going in. That I was getting a happy ending at the end of the massage. And did I need a massage? Yes, I did need a massage. I need a massage right now. I got hit by a car, dislocated my shoulder, and broke my femur and got 5 screws in my foot. I always need a massage. Can I afford one all the time? Hell no. And when you get a happy ending, you're supposed to know that going in, and that's supposed to be included into the price. Deshaun Watson, all due respect what your lawyer said, that men are getting happy endings at the end of massages, but his lawyer said it all wrong. Talking about, well, if you ain't pay him extra after you got the happy ending, then it's not illegal. Well, that's because it's always included into the pricing of the massage, you jackass lawyer. Yeah, that might work, lawyer, but the common sense and common knowledge, that ain't going to work. I don't know that that's going to work in a court of law when common sense and common knowledge comes into play. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson, I don't know, man. I mean, he handled himself well on camera and all that, but he might be as good an actor as he is an athlete. Who knows? But it's not looking good. Not looking good. Talk about something that I saw Whoopi said and a couple people reacting to it. And before I do that, let me give you a word from one of our sponsors.
Are you a musician looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
Always love seeing that beautiful smile. Thanks to my beautiful spokesperson, Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. As you heard her, one-stop shop for all music promotion Sir, if you got a product, brand, or service you want to promote, we could promote that as well. Hit us up, Promo Pals Out Biz. All right, so Whoopi's the only person on The View, it seems like, that's having some kind of sense now. Because she came out and said she wants to see, where's DeSantis or whatever, if a Republican can fix what's going on. She's curious. And, it made me think, because I said to myself, I'm curious to see what maybe somebody like Bernie Sanders or a Rand Paul could do. And this is why. I just found out recently that a person like Bernie Sanders is, even though he really, he pretty much I guess he runs as a Democratic somewhat, or independent. I think it's independent. Or Democrat, I could be mistaken. He's really a libertarian. He doesn't really run as a libertarian. Rand Paul is really, like, I think they said, a libertarian. Like, some of these people are like libertarians or more independent people, but they run as Republican or Democrat because that's the main two political parties. And if it's not one of those parties, nobody's winning. So I would be interested to see what like a Rand Paul would do, or a Bernie Sanders. I know they say Bernie Sanders is a socialist. And I watched Bill Maher, and they had what's my man on there? Dang, I can't remember his name. What is his name? Dr. Cornel West. Dr. Cornel West was saying Bernie Sanders isn't really like a communist or socialist like people think. He just admires certain, I guess, people that had maybe socialist views or whatnot. But I'm interested to see what like a Rand Paul or Bernie Sanders could do. What they would do. We definitely got to get to a point where it can't always be Republican, Democrat. We need independents or libertarians to get more political power. And after I saw the libertarians on Patrick Bet David Valuetainment, I started to realize that I have some libertarian views. I agree with the no wars, no taxes, but I also have conservative views, because when I watched the Black conservative perspective, Greg Foreman, who's from my state, Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, I agree with pretty much everything he says. As a white man, I agree with everything he says as a black man. To me, the conservative perspective is really the common sense perspective. And Whoopi's starting to get more common sense, I guess. I guess she's not so far out there as Joy Behar or Sunny. Like, those chicks their minds are so made up, and they're wrong. They're just stuck in their ways. Nobody could say nothing, could present any kind of facts or evidence to make them change their minds. I mean, that's the thing with me. Like, you prevent evidence in front of me, you could sway me to go another way if you provide with evidence, and I'm willing to sit down and have a civil conversation with pretty much anybody on the left that hasn't labeled all white people as racist or white supremacist or all Republicans. Like Sonny says, all Republicans are white supremacists or racist. You can't have a conversation with people like that, because they're not civil whatsoever. There's nothing civil about them. That totally takes out any civility of the conversation when you make a false accusation like that, and there's nothing you could do to change their mind. They're just ignorant, hypocritical people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm with Whoopi. She wants to see a Republican. I'm interested to see what maybe a Bernie Sanders or a Ron Paul would do. Because Ron Paul, I definitely, when Ron Paul be going in on people, like I agree with a lot what he says. And then it gets to my next topic, like the number one voting issues. What are the number one voting issues mainstream wise? Most people are riffing about inflation, and which I would say the brunt of inflation that they riffing about is gas prices. I don't even drive a car, and I hate gas prices. So inflation, abortion, immigration, a lot of shuns, and gun control, gun violence control. So inflation, immigration, abortion, and gun control. Now, when I think about most people, when they go to the voting booth, which one of those issues are going to be the most serious and important to them? Well, I can tell you right now that most men don't really care about abortion. And we're not putting abortion at the top of our list or the gun control at the top of our list. So most men are probably saying inflation and immigration, and both of those go hand in hand. Inflation and legal immigration, not really just immigration. Let me rephrase that: legal immigration. So inflation, illegal immigration, abortion, and gun control. So I want to, I want to make sure I'm not putting out BS and horseshit on here. So illegal immigration. We don't have nobody. This idea that Republicans have a problem with legal immigration is bullshit, horseshit. It's just illegal immigration, and which is part of the inflation issue. If you have illegal immigrants coming in and they are making money and they're not getting taxed for it, or they're sending it straight back to their countries, it's part of inflation. So there's that. Like everything has to be done, legally. I mean, we're so dependent on mankind's laws and systems that we have to do things legally at this point. So there's that. That's the main two issues. Women now, are women, I ask myself, are women going to, when they go and they vote, are they going to put abortion above inflation? Are they're going to think more with their pockets or more about abortion? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, women are thinking more about their pocketbooks. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the majority of women come voting time are going to be thinking more about abortion as their number one issue over their pocketbooks, which is inflation. Women are 78%, like 78 to 80% of consumer ads are catered to women, because women are the number one consumers of money on the planet. Because this is how it works. Independent women make their money and they spend it. A man in a relationship makes money and the woman spends it. The woman's spending the majority of the money every time, unless it's a single self-employed guy like me, who ain't no woman spending my money. She's not spending a single dollar. I'm not handing no woman no money. And my rent just went up $80, so ain't nobody getting no money from me. From now, when homeless people and people beg for cigarettes, they're not gonna like my answers. And so-called friends, yeah, I'll loan you some money with interest. And real friends, if I can afford it, I'll loan it. and you know who you are. So I think the number one voting issue is going to be inflation, and number two is going to be immigration, illegal immigration, because both of those go hand in hand. Illegal immigration is one of the issues for the inflation, along with printing up too much freaking money, um, along with the fact that the supply chain, yes, the Russian oil thing is probably playing a small part into it, but that could be easily fixed. That could be easily fixed because, like, when they sit there and act like, oh, we could be drilling more oil in the U.S. Well, that's bogus because Trump gave out a bunch of leases, and the ones Biden gave out were just Trump leases that were renewed, and now they've run out. So they actually don't have as many leases to drill, and we could just literally we got our own oil. I don't get our mindset on using. I think I do. I think we want to use up everybody else's oil. So after we use everybody else's oil up, and we still got this oil in Alaska, that once their oil is used up, then it's all about dependence and control. It's all about control and dependence. It's just like the same reason why do we give Ukraine all this money, and it ain't we, because we the American people ain't got no say so. It's they who run the show. Why did they give all the money to Ukraine? To have Ukraine in debt, to put Ukraine in debt, so they have leverage over Ukraine. It's all about leverage, debt. We don't loan people money out of the kindness of our hearts. It's all about debt leverage. So I think number one voting issue is going to be inflation, especially if these gas prices keep going up. I mean, I've said it myself, man. I mean, I told my mom, man, when it gets to a point where your gas prices, you see these gas prices getting to about, if you see them get anywhere to like start around at $6 or $7 a gallon, and here in like North Carolina, you better start buying a lot of ramens, bunch of rice, a bunch of pasta, a bunch of ramens, a bunch of hamburger helpers. I mean, they just put out the thing of eggs going up and all these things going up in percentages. I went to go get the grocery store today. I mean, there was literally no eggs on the shelf, So every time something prices go up or something, everybody's just going to go buy a ton of it. You know what I'm saying? They all going to go buy it all at once. Luckily I'm one person. I got to fend for one person, me and my dog. Well, me and my dog too, actually, but my dog can just eat leftovers if it comes down to it. If I can't get my dog food, she'll get leftovers, and she can always I can always afford a big, a nice size bag of dog food the way she eats. But yeah, once it starts getting, prices get up higher, people better start adjusting how, much they eat out and what they eat, you know what I'm saying? I've already got to the point I'm just going to start buying ramens every time I go to the grocery store. Just buy a pack of ramens and just store them away, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I have a bunch of rice, bunch of pasta, because pasta sauce is cheap. I can get a can of pasta sauce for about $1. My grandma always taught me, hamburger meat. They tell you to put a whole pound of ground beef in a hamburger helper. My grandma taught me that you don't need a whole. Why? You don't need a whole. You can use a third. You use a third of a pound. You don't even need a half pound. Use a third of a pound of a ground beef per hamburger helper. And then I'll be eating hamburger helper leftovers. And that's another thing. I try to make as much as I can, enough for maybe a couple leftovers. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. Because some things ain't good at leftovers. But yeah, man, y'all better keep up with these gas prices. I'm thinking the number one voting issue will be inflation, then illegal immigration, because that goes and ties in with inflation. And anybody who doesn't know that then just doesn't have enough common sense. I think abortion and gun control, that's the thing. It's like abortion, I don't know, is going to be bigger than gun control, kind of like go against each other, right? because gun control is about the main reason, the main driving force behind the gun control is the school shooting. I could tell you that people prioritizing the school shootings over adult like shootings, mass shootings, like at convenience stores or grocery stores or the one like in Buffalo. I guarantee they're putting the school shooting above that, even though that was a racist incident when it involves kids. And that's another thing. Education. Education. You know what? I forgot that. Education is going to be a big part into this too. Education is going to be bigger than abortion, bigger than gun control too, because that involves the kids. And gun control doesn't necessarily isn't all about just kids getting killed. It's the gun control is, you got gang mass shootings, you got racial mass shootings, you just got psycho mass shootings like the hospital one, the school mass shootings, and people like to try to bunch them all up together, but they're not. You can't bunch them all together because they all have different motives and reasons. So they're not always going to have the same exact solutions. But now the education thing, now I forgot about that because they're trying to indoctrinate the kids with the genders and pronouns and telling white kids that they're born with white privilege and they're oppressors, and the victimhood mentalities and all that. Yes, so education is going to, Democrats are screwed up. I just look at all these issues. They're fucking up on inflation. They're fucking up on illegal immigration. They're totally fucking up on education. The only thing they got going for them is abortion and gun control. That's their fighting stances. And those two issues, I just don't think are going to be bigger at the voting booth than inflation, education, and illegal immigration. I think abortion and gun control will be fourth and fifth. And each one of those kind of X'd each other out. They X each other out because the abortion thing is about killing kids and gun control is about saving them. They go against each other. They kind like you can't be. That's why I just said before. You can't be pro-choice and pro-abortion because most of these people are only pro-choice when they're pro-abortion. Like most of the people that are pro-abortion are the same people who are trying to force you to get vaccinated, or the same people that want to lock somebody up for using drugs. Like if you're going to be my body, my choice for any one thing in society, then you get to say my body, my choice for anything that is a body, my choice, related. It's how things work, man. You don't get, double standards and hypocrisies, man. And in my next topic, libs of TikTok death threats. You know what I'm starting to see here is that Democrats want you to ignore the truth or rewrite the truth or reinvent the truth or redefine the truth. Once an event happens and we have the truth and we have all the evidence and all the proof and facts that we need of things, I mean, you don't get to redefine the truth. I mean, I think Joe Rogan said it best when he said, it's just not good to not be honest, to be dishonest. Or it's just not good to not be honest. Honesty is just one of the things I put at the top of the list of priorities in life. There's no reason to lie unless you're a criminal lying to the cops. There's no reason to lie unless you're a criminal lying to the cops. You know, if you're not a criminal and you get pulled over by the cops, why would you ever lie to the cops? And why would you just lie to people just to lie? Unless it's about you being, a criminal, dishonest. Unless you're just trying to steal from somebody or whatever it may be. Why would you lie just to lie? It just doesn't make no sense. So honesty is a must. And Democrats don't want honesty. They don't want truth. They want to rewrite the truth, redefine the truth. Um, like mankind doesn't get to dictate what genders and sex are. You know what dictates what genders and sex are? The laws of nature. Nature has already defined what is a man and what is a woman, what is male and what is female. Nature defines that. Mankind, just because we think we're superior to animals doesn't mean we get to define the laws of nature or redefine the laws of nature. The laws of nature are the laws of nature. They're not changing for nobody. They've been the same. The laws of nature have been set in stone for hundreds of thousands of years. And mankind does not get to dictate the laws of nature. And that's what people think they're doing by this gender ideology shit. You don't get to dictate the laws of nature. And the more I talk to my neighbor who's gay, the more I realize, these people are delusional because he doesn't put himself in the same boat with transgender women or men or non-binaries or whatever all these pronouns are. And somebody told him at once that he's supposed to be a woman. Well, yes, he's gay, he's feminine, but he's a man. And he knows that. He knows that. He's just a man who's attracted to other men. It's that simple. It's you don't gotta make it complex. And just because he's a man attracted to other men, that he's supposed to be a woman. No, because homosexuality, gays and lesbians, been around for hundreds of thousands of years. And it's always just been that they just been attracted to the same sex. It's never been that women who are attracted to other women, they must be men. They're supposed to be men. And men who are attracted to other men, no, they're supposed to be women. No, that's not the case. They're just attracted to the same sex. It's easy. It's that simple. It's easy to understand. And, when I go hang out with a bunch of gay guys? No. When I hang out with my neighbor and go to grab a drink or a bite to eat? No. But yes, we can sit outside and we can have a civil, honest, decent conversation. And plus, I love his dogs. And he treats my dog with respect. And, and that's just how it works. We talk about rent prices going up, whatever could be doing, the neighborhood could be doing more, with rent prices going up. I mean, yeah, and that's just, but just because I won't go hang out with them doesn't make me homophobic. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not my preference, It's not my preference. And I'll be honest with you, I would feel highly uncomfortable because I think some people would get the wrong impression. And, even though I don't care if people think I'm an asshole or anything of that nature, I'm not into people having the wrong impressions about me. Like I said, I'd rather be an honest asshole than a dishonest nice guy. That's my philosophy. Rather be an honest asshole than a dishonest nice guy. But libs of TikTok getting death threats, really all that says is there's people that they want to kill the truth. They want to kill the truth. That's all I get from that. They want to kill the truth. Because I don't even know who Libs at TikTok is. Apparently, it's a female who just created an account called Libs at TikTok, which means liberals on TikTok, where she takes these liberals and their crazy views and crazy ideologies that don't apply to reality or real world standards, and she posts them to Instagram. And the account has got crazy follower base, and a lot of YouTube content creators on the right take these videos and react to them. I've reacted to a few myself. As soon as this NBA Finals is up, I'm going to be doing react videos constantly, probably every other day or every day if possible. And a lot of them are probably Libs of TikTok videos. And Libs of TikTok getting death threats. All it says is they want to kill the truth. They want to kill the truth. You know? Yeah. So big up to Whoopi. Finally, somebody on The View thinking with some sense. And we definitely can't give it back to the Democrats. And I'm putting it on the table, like, we don't need Trump back in office. We don't need Trump back in office. Would he be better than Biden? Yeah, clearly, yeah. He would do a better job than Biden. But I just know that it would still keep us divided and probably even divide us a little bit more because of the Trump haters, the people that just truly have their minds made up that Trump is the most racist president ever. But apparently they didn't watch Biden's interview with Charlamagne tha God and, realized that they just voted for the most racist president ever. Because, I mean, yeah, he got Kamala for vice president, and yeah, he was Biden's VP. But when he clearly said you're not black if you don't vote for him, I mean, that's the most racist statement I've ever heard from a presidential candidate in my lifetime. I didn't hear Trump say nothing that racist when he was running for election. But big up to Whoopi's. The number one voting issues, that's going to be really a big thing, this thing. And I really think Democrats' main two issues that they have to stand on, gun control and abortion, doesn't outweigh inflation, education, and legal immigration. I just don't think it does. I think parents are pissed at their kids being indoctrinated with things that they don't want their kids being indoctrinated with. And I think everybody's pissed at gas prices and the rise of, every time I go to the grocery store and want to get something, like, could go up 20 cents from last week. It's like, it's crazy, man. And all that adds up, especially when I got a Dollar Tree right over here. What's a $1.25 tree now? But all that adds up, man, when you're talking about a single guy like me. And how many hamburger helper box lunches am I losing out on? Every 20 cents something goes up. Bacon prices go up even more. Egg prices, meat prices, hamburger price. It's just, and people just better be cautious and just watch it closely. Watch it very, very closely. Yeah. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Episode 156 of the Paul Pickett Podcast, and we're going to end this off with a Paul Pickett Podcast commercial by yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett. That is me. Good. This your boy, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, a.k.a. Triple P, a.k.a. the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, sport events, and more. Please check me out 3 to 4 days a week on my video podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Rumble. And check out the audio version on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much more. Peace. See you there. I don't think I need to say anything else. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett. And I'm out.